I kind of did.
Okay, just go ahead and raise your hands.
I think
Uh,
skimmed through it, kind of.
okay. So Hari, and I see Rishwan, Pranav. Okay, right. That's good. So the reason when we learn these kind of real world case studies, that's a really good problem to think because they are struggling and we know their past history, what's been done, what is the strategy went bad, or something like what is that the factors that changed because there will be sometimes the factors, the environmental factors. The last 5 years, how many of you know there is maybe you can go and tell me what is the bigger thing happen in the world since
Um,
2019?
the the pandemic, which led to online shopping, and they haven't. Walgreens hasn't been able to like how can I say this? Shift gears
Yeah.
into online
Yep.
shopping, so they're struggling a lot.
Okay. Exactly. And always I say when you guys want to answer, make it one liner, clear point, boom. Correct. So the
Right.
last 5 years, the biggest problem or something what we faced is COVID pandemic. And what happened to the customer behavior? EBSI.
They all changed, and then online shopping came out, so they all changed to online shopping, and going into the stores to buy things became
Yeah.
rarer and rarer.
Yes, exactly. That changed the consumer behavior. And if that happens, what do you think how it could impact the Walgreens? Aravind, next Rishwan, I'll ask you Rishwan. So Aravind,
Sorry, what?
so the question is the COVID and the consumer behavior.
Yeah.
How how could it impact the Walgreens because of the today's problem?
So
What?
I think I'm sorry. Okay, so I
What
think it made people rely more on online services, like ordering their medicine or drugs online, waiting for delivery, which has made people more lazy and they don't really want to go out.
okay, so these people become lazy. Okay, that's but the lazy are not correct. That's people they want a time efficient solution.
Yeah.
Usually, that's it. They want something that immediately somebody is helping. So that's the reason. And Vishwant, what do you want to add top of this?
Since many drugstores were like selling things online, it became like it had so much competitions, so Walgreens couldn't make enough profit.
Okay, great. And if it's the behavior changed and Walgreens still they need to pay their rental and they need to have a workforce, at least a store manager and a one employee or two employees in the pharmacy section, another one helping them. So at least 4 employees, and so many they are keeping many inventories. If this is something, and now they have an issue, they are closing 1,110 stores. If you are going to have a strategic team of Walgreens, what would be your proposal? And of course, the reason why they are closing, we have seen our second class scammer. How many of you remember? Substitute, combine, adapt. What is M?
Modify.
Modify. What is E?
Eliminate.
Eliminate. So what is then our Walgreens strategy?
Eliminate.
Vertical.
Eliminate. They are eliminating the stores which is not performing. So they are taking a E in action. But I want you to think other than E or maybe a combination of E. So just go through the scammer concept. Think what is the substitute, combine, adapt, modify. Of course, eliminate already they chose that strategy. I want you guys to think something different, but could be reverse the last one. So think an idea. First, you have to generate an idea using the scammer technique. That should be your first thing after reading the Walgreens case. Then you have to, maybe if possible, give a title, or maybe at the end we can give a title to your concept. So after scammer, what is the acronym we learned?
Safe.
Safe.
Not safe. Rishwant?
Both.
Or maybe so what is that?
Innovation.
Okay, what is
Innovation.
the maybe first one before
Is
scammer? What is
is a rifle?
no first one?
Impress.
Impress. Who said impress?
Me.
Oh, you impressed me.
Oh,
Yes, impress and the categories in the impress. Correct. Any ideas? If your ideas fall under the impress category, and Kamalesh, go ahead and say what is IMPRESS.
I is
I is I. I am Swaminathan. I am Kamalesh Karthik. Is it I?
no.
No, what is I? Nivesh I.
Improve quality of life.
Improves the quality of life of everyone in this year. That's a bigger factor, particularly in the developing countries, correct? In US, Australia, and in Europe. So people really they are ready to spend money to make their quality life. It's a water or maybe a medicine in a year or your travel. These are like improves the quality of life. So what is the next one? M Pranav.
Makes government happy.
Makes government or ourselves or any organization happy. There is a rules that says you are giving a solution, something that everybody can fit into the rule or maybe a solution. An example, Pranav.
Like TurboTax files the taxes for
Exactly. The tax is the best example. Am I correct? You are creating a solution. So it makes the government happy, the user happy. Boom. That's a both the end. It's kind of a, that's a M. And what is the P, Hari?
Um, improves.
Prevent.
Oh, prevents. Oh no, I forgot it.
Prevent. Anybody? Any volunteers?
I'll do it. Prevents failures and issues.
Prevent failures and issues. If your product, your idea is preventing something, a physical product failure, or maybe your soft technology failures, then it's going to add up. For example, like a Zoom, correct? When the COVID means even before they were there in the COVID time, but during COVID, what happened? It's everybody unable to meet the teams in person. There is a COVID, it's a pandemic thing. So then that's all the projects been delayed. This nobody is not able to connect. Then it prevents the failures of issues through a virtual connect, Zoom, and then MS Teams, so many platforms. So even so, you can think it's not just the prevent the failures means it's like not a hardware. It could be a software technology. It could prevent any failures, like even a project failure, or maybe a project like your team interaction. If something you were facilitating through a tool, it could be a physical or software or a technology, everything that prevents a failure. So now we see IMP. What is the R? I see hands. So Pranav, you are raising your hand or just simply keeping your hands up?
R is for like reduces the workforce.
Yes, reduces the workforce. And this also been very dominant after the pandemic. It's not getting enough workforce to handle. So if your solution is something capable to handle that with a minimum workforce, that'll be a big success. That's we saw IMPR. What is the E? I mean, still now who has been spoken? Go ahead. Let's see. Anyways, you mentioned or you talked, correct? So
Yeah.
Kamalesh, you did that. Anyone else other than Nandika? Go ahead.
Enhance entertainment activities.
Exactly. That's enhance the entertainment activities like Amazon Prime, Hulu, or Netflix. Am I correct? So what is that? Something it makes the consumers and enhancing the entertainment activities. It could be a Spotify. I mean, like they offer like a podcast or songs and kind of Amazon Alexa songs. So all the things comes under the enhancing entertainment activity. That's a bigger market, and people are ready to pay, and people want something great solutions. So that's another one. So there's two more things are there. Yes and yes. Who's going to say? Other than Kamalesh. Chris?
Saves time.
Saves time. Exactly. So it saves time. Whatever the product, correct? Whatever your idea, if it really saves the people's time, and that's a classic example, like you travel through car, rail, and the flight. So now people, if you want to save time, people fly. That's kind of a whatever. Then people are ready to pay because their time is important. They want to reach in a certain time and destination and promptly. And it's kind of from a travel. And if there is any other jobs, if it saves the time, that is a great example of another business. And the last one as an impress. The yes. I see all the hands. Kamlesh, Pranav, Nivyasai, and just one means who has been. Okay, Aravind.
It saves time.
Saves time already. That's
Wait, which?
the last years. Maybe like one more years. The 2 years. One is save time. Another one is
Secures assets.
secures life and asset. Even a seat belt is a secures life. Like or maybe in a flight you all might have seen like all the life-saving things. Correct? That's all the product. Or maybe even your fire alarm or everything. Whatever secures your asset or your life, that's in business. So that's the impress. So now we have seen a scammer technique to come up with an idea. Then you are going to put in each category here, whether this your idea goes under the I or M or P or E. Yes. You are going to say why. And if you see your idea had more than 3 parameters, click it. So for example, it satisfies I, it satisfies R, it satisfies yes, boom, great. So if it's a minimum 3, it's a great idea. If it's less than 3, probably you have to think a different idea. If it's a more than 3, fantastic. So start with the title, like start with the problem, start with your idea using a scammer, then you go through the impress and see like your idea where it falls under. The next thing is you need to go and identify the risk in the idea. So what is the acronym we learned for the risk?
BOAT.
BOAT. An explanation for the BOAT?
B is for business risk. O is for operational risk. A is for analytic risk.
Analysis risk. Yeah. T is for?
T is for technical risk.
Okay. So you have to go and identify what is the risk involved in the 4 categories. So with your idea, because you are not talking about Walgreens now, this is your idea. For the problem the Walgreens facing, your idea and comes under like a scammer technique. Based on that, you come up with an idea, then an impress, then you go with the BOAT, then you go after the BOAT. Once you identify the risk, what is the next thing? Is identify risk and one more thing. What is that we should identify?
Safe.
What is?
Safe.
No. It's a safe, but it's a benefits. So first, you need to understand what are the benefits. Yeah, for that we need to apply the safe, the algorithm. So what is safe, Nandika?
Which one's safe?
Safe, yeah.
Social, articulate the innovation benefits, functional and economical.
Okay, is three are correct. The one is wrong. Like anybody can jump in.
A, right? Oh, A is
Okay, A is the first letter of the alphabet, and we have a capital A, small letter A.
alternative product / solution.
Alternate solution. It's something you are offering, and so what is the benefit? Okay, so there is a 4 things: societal or social benefits, like a green, it saves the earth, no plastic, or maybe ethically sourced, not a child labor. These are the things the community concerns or community care about that. So if your product and comes are taking care of these, that's going to be in a value. Then it's I'll come later. The last one is alternate solution. The F is a functional benefit, E is economic benefit, and A is alternate solution. With the existing, somebody is coming with an alternate. So what is the benefit? And among the all, which one is the more important? What everybody will be looking? Anybody?
A.
For now?
Economic benefit because it's like saving
Yes.
money for them.
Among the all acronyms, whether you start with the impress, boat, and scammers, in all the things, the one letter that's so important is this E as an economical benefit. If your idea, if your product that makes an economical benefit to either government or organization or an end user as a customer, then you got a winning strategy. Okay, so that's what is safe. So after say, then we saw like a innovation status, like 4 different innovation, correct? Anybody remember that, the 4 different innovation? Kamlesh.
Number 1, incremental. Number 2, radical. Number 3,
You're going,
architecture.
but it's not going the right way, correct? Something is
Sorry,
always
incremental, architecture, disruptive, and radical.
okay. Always think of crayon. Crayon is the best example to remember the 4 innovation. Technically 5. Let's go with the 4. The 5th one is like combination of all our frugal innovation. The crayon as it is. Then when you add a little, what is the flavor, correct? Strawberry or chocolate. You are not changing anything, something adding a flavor. It's incremental. Then architectural, from a crayon to marker, it requires a plastic housing, a sponge, and a ink. You are changing the architecture. You need to change the production line. You need a different workforce. So it's kind of a architectural change. Then it goes with a disruptive solution, because like in a crayon or marker, you made a multiple crayons like in different colors, like a green color crayon, yellow color crayon, red color crayon. The marker also you made a different colors. When it comes to the electronic digital painting using a stylus, the one stylus, it can work on like it doesn't need a multiple colors of one. So that way you can fix the pricing, and it's a really disruptive. Then what is radical? Hari.
Use
Radical is just like something completely new. It's
That's
like,
nowhere, because all the 3 we used a hand to draw, whether crayon, marker, or stylus, correct? We need a hand to draw. The radical is completely, you are not using existing functionality, something out of the box. So what is Rishwan?
Is it like both of architectural and disruptive?
That comes for the centerpiece of
Like,
combinatorial
it's like a whole different idea.
completely. So Kamlesh,
I remember you saying it was an AI-based drawing.
voice activated drawing, correct? So if you open a computer and you are not going to use your hand, so you say like make an up curve, like it looks like a human face, or maybe like you draw a bridge and there's a bigger water flow under the bridge, and see a small boy with a gray hair, with shorts and long pants and with a white color shoe. He's walking on the bridge. If you say voice prompt, the AI could draw everything. Then you can tweak it. Okay, change the shirt color and make a right leg move fast, or maybe like you keep the hand with the little flag. So did you use your hand here?
No,
No, that's what the radical. You do not need, as long as I'm correct. Maybe in the future it could be even directly. It can take your information from your brain. That could be a chip embedded in your brain. That could be radical in future. But again, that's what really radical. Something not using the existing functionality. So you are going to mark where does your idea fits in this 4 innovation. So whether your idea is incremental or architectural change, or it's going to be a disruptive or radical. So Pranav, go ahead. What is your question?
Is this for the solution to the Walgreens problem or our own idea?
Yeah, you have to say like because you have no idea, correct? With the problem, you came up with the idea using a scammer, then you used the impress, used a board, used a safe. Now you want to understand what is your idea, whether it's in an incremental. So because right now the existing Walgreens store, and maybe your idea is adding a little bit, then it could be incremental innovation. But if changing the entire architecture, that's an architectural innovation. If it's like something, it's the same setup but same functionality. For example, selling through things in the store or maybe a place, still let's say using an architecture, but maybe a different idea, that's called a disruptive or something a radical, completely different. So you have to mark in the 4 quadrant chart where is your idea falls in the 4. So I want this. This is what you learn. Now your idea where it is comes in the 4 quadrant. You got it? Everybody understand it? So that's what your report, you should say like, yeah, my idea comes in the incremental box, or it's maybe like in the top corner as a radical, or maybe it's combination of things. A middle one, you say like a mark here, I'm combining the existing store some new idea, so it comes in the center, so you can identify. So that's an innovation. So the next one we saw the graph, correct? It's a customer. What is it? Anybody remember the graph we saw?
I do.
What is it?
It's a rifle. So it's
Not before rifle. We saw the
oh yeah,
BCG.
it was high, low, like, and then it was
Okay, what is high, low? It's a
It's like high.
it was
okay.
like how much interest like the customers would have and how much money would get on the
So
x-axis.
okay, Nivisa, what do you? Yeah.
It was like the y-axis was low high, and then the x-axis was low high, and it was to tell you if like it was a chart used to tell you if you should open up your idea.
Okay, so that's correct. Like half, 50% you are correct. So x-axis is going to be a low high, y-axis is going to be a low high. So Aravind, but what is the parameter on the x-axis and y-axis?
Like the parameters, I'm pretty sure one is like market share, which isn't like, it's like how much of the market you own. It's like, right, so how much money you get. And the other one, think it's like market like availability or something.
Okay, so you guys, okay, Kamalesh, go ahead. Or maybe anybody else, like, yeah, Chris, I see Chris been raising her hand. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, so the y-axis is like analytical driven decision. So like it's
Okay.
how your like surveyors are like feel
Okay,
about the
something you are taking a survey and you are gathering. So many people say, yeah, I love this product. So that's kind of correct.
yeah,
The
and
y-axis.
x-axis is
So what
like
is the x-axis?
the market share, like profitability.
The
So if it's
profitability.
low, you cannot do any innovation
Yes.
with it.
The
But
profit.
if it's high, yeah. Like
Yeah, so
you
that's a typical way. The classic example we saw. Thanks, Chris and Kamalesh. I know you raise your hand, but it's a classic example we saw in an Indian restaurant or maybe another food restaurant in Novi, Michigan. Already there are so many restaurants out there. So you think like, yeah, really you think that you get a more profit? Probably not, correct? If you say like, for example, if you offer a biryani $100 a plate, people will go and come and get you there? Probably not. So you have to make a competitive pricing. So probably if you're a new restaurant, still you have to offer a little bit. Either you offer other benefits, you offer puppet or something, additional drinks free. At the end of the day, it's all like your profitability reduces. So low profit. But if you go and ask in a survey, you are going to like India Day, this IL in August, and you are asking like, yeah, you are asking 100 people, and you are asking 100 people in India Day, and they are telling us, yeah, we love to see another restaurant in this area. They're saying like, yeah, you say high demand, so people are really love to see another restaurant, and but you see there is a profit is low, and what is the Kamalesh you think? Is really good idea to start your business in a restaurant in Novi?
No, because there's just so many more options.
Because in the 4 quadrant, it's a low and high. Still, it's in the left hand side of the quadrant. You should not, because the best is it's a high profit and a high demand. That's the top right corner. That's what the place you have to start. Now, your idea you have to do. So, what is the profit you could make? So it could be like, because you do not know, you are guessing, it could be maybe more profit. So maybe it can go the x-axis on the high. So how will you get on a y-axis? What we should do, get the y-axis, at least of 4 people, what we should do. Anybody else? Like I see Pranav, Kamalesh, anybody else? Okay, Pranav, this time I'll go with Pranav. So what you should do? At least 4
You
people.
should run like the proper surveys with the correct audience. for
Yep,
your,
that's
like,
a
product.
one word. As actually, you're right. Survey, and the survey should be a appropriate audience. You cannot go and ask, like for example, like opening up a restaurant in Novi. If you go and take a survey in probably a middle school, Novi middle school students, when they are having an event, you are going to take in a survey. I'm correct. You guys are in probably 8th grade, so you are asking a survey. Hey guys, will you guys like to have a restaurant in Novi? and you are getting you are asking 100 people, you are saying like you're getting a 90 people, yes, that is the right. And what is the problem here? Anybody else? I see Pranav, Kamlesh, and anybody else? Like, yeah. Okay, so Kamlesh, what do you think? Is that right or something?
It's wrong because they're not going to be buying it. Their parents are going to be buying it.
So what is the risk involved here?
Analysis risk.
Analysis risk. I'm thinking wrong people. The target audience are wrong. Probably you are getting a false hope. So something, that's one. So you have to do a survey. You can ask your idea. You start an idea for a Walgreens and use the scammer technique, you derived idea. Then use the impress to see like how many tick marks. If you see less than 3, you have to redo and go back, come up with an idea, come and do the impress. If it's a 2 tick marks, go back and do. Now you got a 3 tick marks, you move the next step. So the next step will be you have to understand, so what is the risk involved, the board, and what are the values through SAFE. You are going to mark like a SAFE. It's adding a functional benefit, it's adding economical benefits. Economic benefits for whom? Right now it's a consumer. Or social benefit for consumer. You are thinking from a consumer perspective. Then you are going to add the 4-quadrant innovation, like where is your idea comes under. Like you won't mark whether it's, I mean, this is really to understand whether you are an incremental, disruptive, that's kind of understanding. Then use this particular analysis driven graph, y-axis. You have to take in 4 people appropriate, maybe your mom, dad, your friend's mom, dad, like 4 people. Take in a survey, your idea, will it really works? You take 4 people. If you say 3 people, yes, then it comes to the high, and your idea probably you settle in the high quadrant. Okay. If you say taking 4 people, but you are getting 3 people say no, you are in a low category. So what happens? Probably you are coming to a revalidation point. You understand it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The last thing in your Walgreens white paper, what does the chart goes? Rifle.
Mhm.
Radical.
Incremental.
Incremental. Yeah. Follow the competition.
Financial.
Follow the market.
Yeah, follow market or follow competitions. Okay. Then lag in.
Lag in competition.
Lag in competition is exit. So with your idea, so where you think, for example, like one of the papers he was talking about online, making store into online. I mean, not a store into online, like you're giving a video advisory for the stuff like who are getting drugs from a Walgreens. So offer a doctor like a virtual call. Already it's offering. Maybe CVS is offering. I think Walgreens is also offering. So maybe it comes under. It's not really incremental. It's not a radical. It's really follow the competition. So on the 4, because we did a graph on the 4, whether incremental, architectural, disruptive, and radical. But this helps you if sometimes you are just following Amazon. So maybe then it comes under, you can say like, yeah, I am following this graph. You just, whatever the graph you think, it could be, I mean, it's not wrong because Walmart followed Amazon for a prime, like a similar equivalent to prime delivery. So it's okay to follow the market, but you need to know at least, okay, I am following the market. So based on that, you say like your idea comes either follow the market or maybe incremental or the radical. So one of the line you have to choose. Certainly you are not going to be a lag or exit because the reason you are taking this assignment, you are going to do something, improve the Walgreens profitability. Okay, so now you got what are the elements going to be there and give an appropriate title and one visual image. Based on the idea, you can go on use the tools. Maybe you can ask your mom and dad, like if there is any like a lot of tools, yeah, it's a Copilot. You can go and describe your prompt and get an AI giving an image, or you can download or like you can draw. I want a visual because usually a one visual is equivalent to like 10 pages of a report. Okay, Kamlesh, go ahead.
Are we sharing this report next week?
I want you guys to do that as a certainly because already people submitted. I gave a analysis, but kind of a feedback. But this could be the one. It's a perfect. And as I said, if really something you guys are doing great, I want to give a stage to you, and also giving a poster. Like people wants to read. Like you have done a great job. I want to really get the people's eyes on who has done this. Okay, and there's a lot of chief guests are coming. I want get the visibility to our Harvard class students. So I want the next Saturday. You think you guys can do it, or you need more time?
No,
More
I'm fine with the time, but like I think I'll be there next Saturday.
Okay, you don't need to be there. You just send me an email. In a Word document, complete and send it, or send it in a WhatsApp group. I have my email given in a chat.
All right.
Okay, all the medium you can send. That's a good. So once again, somebody can summarize this. What are the things the report should be? Like, who's the volunteer? Okay, I want someone who is not Tanya still here.
Yeah.
Okay, can you please go and summarize what should be there in the report?
There, it should have ticked off like scammer and impress and all of those. Should have those all ticked off, and it should have like why it'll work, like reasons. Like maybe it'll tick off all, but it might not work because it won't like really please the crowd for very long. So it should be why it'll actually work well,
Okay,
like an
you,
essay or
you
like a paragraph.
you're kind of a halfway, right? And Kamlesh,
You have to assess the problems of logging.
okay, the step one, assess the problem. Then,
Brainstorm your solution and state your solution, and use all the acronyms that were taught in class.
okay, don't say like general. What is the first step after the like analyze the problem? What is your next step immediately? Step number 2. Use the scammer. Use the scammer and not eliminating the stores, because already they have the executives of Walgreens, they have chosen the strategy, eliminate the stores. So you are going to use other than E, either SCAMR. One of these you are going to choose it, and you are going to say based on this is my idea. Okay, that's a step 2. So what is step 3?
Step 3, you're going to use impress and
Impress and see how many tick
how
marks
many-
it is getting.
if
Okay,
you get
perfect.
more than 3, your idea is going to be good.
And more than 3 areas it satisfies, so you have to mention the reason. It is going to improve the quality of life for da 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 da. It's going to save the time, blah 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 blah. Okay, it's a one line, precise. Okay, after impress, if you see if you got at least a 3, you continue. If you have got only 2, what you should do?
You should go back and try to use
Yes.
both and then get another.
And come up with a scammer, new idea, go to the impress and go and identify. So you have to come up with an see answer, like whether it makes a 3, and make sure you do not justify it's going to satisfy all the IMPRESS. Critically think and check your parents or your friends. Are you making a good guess, like an educated guess, an engineering guess? Okay, then you say like it's categorized. It comes under the 3 categories: I, R, yes, 4. Perfect, something like that. So after impress, what should you do?
You should analyze the risks using both.
What? Yeah. What are the risks involved? The business risk, operational risk, technical risk, everything. Then after a board, you need to identify the benefits.
Beneficial.
Use the safe,
aspects.
correct?
Yeah.
And you say like a safe, it's adding a social benefit, it's a economical benefits, it's a functionality benefit, it's alternate solution, all the things you have to say based on a safe. So after safe, what you should do?
I should look at like the chart, like the graph, right? Where
The 4 quadrant chart. What kind of innovation this is?
yeah, so on
It's
the
a-
y-axis it would be like the
No, this
Interest-
will be like a 4 quadrant of 4 different innovation. Your idea is incremental, architectural, disruptive, and
Radical.
radical. So the next one is like your BCG based. The x-axis is profitability, y-axis is the demand. And this is mainly a survey. You have to take a survey, at least of 4 people, and see if all the 4 say yes, your idea it works, then it goes to high. And your idea, you should make a like a generating guess, or maybe based on a survey you think, and even that could be your survey question. So do you think this is going to really be beneficial to the Walgreens? Now this is beneficial for Walgreens. The x-axis shows it's going to add more a monetary benefit, like a profit stability to that Walgreens. Okay, so that's x-axis from a Walgreens perspective, because you are the Walgreens CEO or maybe in a strategic team. Your x-axis is going to be whether it's going to make a more profit. Then y-axis, this is really, because that's why you can see there's x and y, there's intersection. The y-axis talks about the user, the x-axis talks about the company. So if the both say hi, man, that's a golden area. Okay, so after this one, the last one, what you should do?
Rifle.
Rifle. Click,
So you should
mark which graph you are, whether you are following
Yeah.
competition. Perfect. You guys got it, everything?
Uh,
Go ahead, Nivisa. What is your question?
what's step number 6 again? After you identify the risks.
Okay, after identify the risk, you have to identify the values. What is the benefit? That's which acronym you should use, Pranav? Which acronym you will be using to tell the benefits?
Safe.
Safe.
Yes, correct. Yes, safe.
But would you be posting this in the WhatsApp group? Because I don't think I'm.
Oh,
gonna...
you want me to post everything in the WhatsApp?
Yeah, I don't think I'm.
Yeah.
Okay,
That'll be
I will
helpful.
post this video. Okay, I will post this video, and that way means not just because that is I understand, but yeah, I'm going to post this video again. Then check the report carefully, draft, and I want you guys to submit on before Saturday. That's a way I can go on sometime to mean certainly before Friday, because Saturday means quite busy and loaded. I want you guys to send me. It could be a simple Word document. Okay, just in a Word document, go through all the elements. And for example, in the graph, the 4-quadrant innovation. 1 second, Rishon, I'll finish and I'll ask you a question. In the 4-quadrant, you just hand draw, like draw something like in a paper, say an X, Y, that's incremental, architectural, and say you make a little star. My idea comes here. The reason why you have to make this reason. Take the picture, attach in your report. Make use of technology and make your report more compelling, and you need to engage the audience. Then the same thing to the rifle chart. Draw in a paper, say it follows my competition, maybe it's incremental. Same thing in a BSG, like our company versus the customer. You make a 4-quadrant, say low, high. So I did 4 people, they all say yes. So then connect, and a high demand, high profit, it comes in the golden portion. Okay, so use the pencil, paper, computer, PowerPoint, whatever you like it, but the way you have to communicate the story. And I don't want anything more than 2 pages, because people do not have time to read longer essays. As simple as possible. Then based on that, we will select a couple of things, and I want you guys to make a poster. We will put it in a CSK event. Okay, that's the place people are going to see your efforts. Again, think you are a strategic leader. Soon you are going to launch a company. So you have to think that perspective and working to come up with an idea. It could be anything. Always think about a shoelace company, correct? With a shoelace, they made $100,000 one year. You can do it. Let's go and do it. Rishad, what is your question?
My question was, where do you submit the homework? Like the
Okay, either you can submit in the WhatsApp group, or you can send an email. I think Tanya repinked. That's swami@msu.edu. It could be a simple Word document. That's as simple as possible.
Somebody had asked in like the chat, the in-call chat thingy. So the email's in there because I had sent it to whoever had asked.
Yes, perfect. Thanks. Yeah, it's a yes, wami@msu.edu. You're right. That's the email you can send. I think Tanya already you sent that your report, but you can go and redo that based on these parameters. Okay. Okay. Anybody has any questions? Like anyone wants to clarify what is your homework? Again, this is not you are doing things for killing your time. Something you go and read it, spend some time, put in your calendar, read it, what is going on with the Allgreens the last maybe like a 1 year. And use the tools like your ChatGPT or something, ask the question. It's going to give you enough data. And just do not stop there with the ChatGPT. You go on, see like, yeah, what is the business insider news, and search in Google and understand the story. And that way you will know the problem, then you can come up with a solution using a scammer. Got it?
All right.
Okay, so now we finished the 1 hour. Supposed to be 7 o'clock. It's 7:05, but I'm very happy. I think you all understand, correct? What is the homework? What you should do?
Yep.
And all the people here today, I want you guys to, because I see many of you submitted, but it's not that what I was thinking. Maybe you all need to redo that. Please go ahead and redo and send it to me before next Friday. Okay? Perfect.